In this video, I'll be looking at 3 different techniques used by an effective coach which can help ensure progress is made and participants are improving. So the first technique is observational analysis. This is numerical data which is used to look at players' strengths and weaknesses. As it is numerical data, it's accurate, hard evidence, and therefore a player can see where their performance needs improving. This is effective not just for players, however for coaches too. Coaches can use the data to assign positions for different players. For example, players who have made the most shots at goal on target would be more of a forward position player. This type of data is shown statistically so coaches can see percentages. Once the data has been recorded, an effective coach should discuss the information with the players, identifying the strengths and weaknesses together. This shows involvement and engagement from both players and coaches. So here we have some positives and negatives. So a positive is the data is statistical numerical data and therefore is hard evidence. Strengths and weaknesses can be identified and therefore they can be applied to training. It can motivate players as they can see what they need to do and what they are doing well, so they can see what they need to improve and what they're doing well. So next to it we have negatives. Negative is there may be human error unless there's specialized equipment. It only gives quantitative data and there's no qualitative data, so it only gives numerical data, not descriptive data. It cannot be taken into context, so it cannot take context into consideration. So, for example, if a striker's only had 5 shots at goal during a game, this may not be because they are a bad striker. This may be because the opposition has a very good defence and they haven't had a chance to get any more shots on goal. So here we have an observational analysis process. And so we have, at the beginning, we have an athlete performs. So this will be in a game context. Then we have the performance is analysed. So all the data will be collected and then the coach plans the practice. So the training session will then be planned around the performance. So say if it was passing that they needed to work on, the coach will then plan the training session around passing. So then the coach conducts practice and then it goes back to the athlete's performance, and then this will carry on until improvements are seen. Next we have demonstration. A demonstration is defined as a practical exhibit of an explanation of how something works or is performed. So a demonstration is used within sports to give a visual representation of how a skill is performed. It's very important demonstrations are performed correctly, as if they aren't, it may lead to injury of the participants because the skill has been learnt wrong. An effective demonstration would include a coach going over the skill a few times to ensure a visual image has been left in the participant mind. As well as this, a coach must ensure their demonstrations are clear. If this isn't done, then it can cause confusion and also can cause the skill to be learnt in the wrong way, wasting time. To help ensure demonstrations are clear and easy to learn, verbal explanations go well alongside it to make sure participants understand. For different age groups, demonstration will be different. For younger athletes, concentrating on certain parts of the skill at only one time is more effective. This is so they don't become overwhelmed with info, and it becomes more of a step-by-step demonstration. An example could be a hit within hockey. The coach could tell participants to concentrate on the feet, then the body position, and then where the contact is made from the stick to the ball. After this, participants can imitate the stages, slowly joining them all together to create the whole phase of a hit. An issue with this is that it is very time consuming and often the fluidity of the skill is lost, resulting in some participants being unable to piece together the phases. An issue could arise if the participants are watching a demonstration for too long. They may lose focus and this could lead to them forgetting the skill or doing it wrong, resulting in injury. Therefore, it is important demonstrations are short and clear. Demonstrations will be carried out during training sessions, however not so much in a match. This is because players need time to practice need the time to practice and training so that the skill can be nailed. Question and answer is also a good way to ensure the players have understood the demonstration. For example, asking where the ball should be in comparison to the feet. This helps engage the participants in the demonstration. A feeder is needed within a demonstration. The coach will need to make sure the feeder's role has been demonstrated to ensure the demonstration is done correctly. Within the demonstration, the coach will need to ensure they are positioned correctly. This is because they need to make sure that all participants can see the demonstration. This will make sure that the coach doesn't have their backs to the group, blocking out the actual demonstration. So here on the slide we have the positives and negatives. So a positive is that it's helpful for visual learners and it leaves a mental image in the minds of the participants. This also links to the social learning theory, which states that we learn best through watching other people. So it is also easy to learn if taught correctly. Therefore, participants can learn the skill quickly and apply it to the game situation. The negatives of a demonstration is that a coach needs to be skilled themselves if they're demonstrating themselves, because if their skill is taught wrong, then they won't learn the skill correctly. So if the skill is demonstrated incorrectly, then the imitation will be wrong, and this is also a waste of time. Demonstrations can be very time consuming. This is a drawback as training sessions are often limited. So next we're going on to instruction. Instruction is detailed information about how something should be done. Technical instruction is verbal communication which can help convey techniques, improvements, and drills. A good coach should ensure the instruction they are giving is clear and concise. They should also add question and answer to engage the participants as well as making sure they understand. The environment in which the activity is being carried out will also affect the instruction. For example, if it is often hard to communicate with swimmers verbally when training, so coaches will often use adaptations to the instructions and use hand signals instead. In outside large spaces, coaches will need to ensure they have the players' close attention. This may mean bringing the group in tightly so they can hear and see the instructions being given. Whereas inside smaller areas, it may be easier to verbally communicate and they may not have to bring the group in every time they speak. There needs to be a balance with technical instruction to ensure participants are engaged. A coach needs to be critical, however motivating, at the same time fun and serious, and understanding as well. So a coach should give 2 to 4 coaching points per participant, as this will ensure progress is being made. This is enough coaching points to ensure participants have something to work on and work towards. However, if any more than this are given, it can demotivate participants and less progress can be made as a result. For more novice athletes, simplistic technical instructions are used. Demonstrations can also be used alongside to ensure these athletes understand, and this can be used for clarity. However, for a more elite athlete, more technical language is used, and demonstrations may not need to be done. Like demonstrating, it is good to apply technical instruction to training, as it gives players time to perfect new things they learn. However, instruction is also essential in game/match situations as well. This is because it can help make critical adjustments to a game plan. So here we have the positives and negatives of instruction. So the positives are it can help motivate a group by verbally encouraging and praising them, and it can also give them something to work towards. Using question and answer within training situations can help ensure clarity and lead to saving time. Negatives can be it is hard to just use instructions without other techniques such as demonstrations. So technical instruction go very well hand in hand with other things such as demonstration. It can also be very time consuming if overcomplicated and participants don't understand. They may need to go through certain things again to just ensure people understand and don't get mixed up.